Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Connecting with AJ. This is AJ and today we are starting a new series and it's called Factory of Love. And we will discuss, topic of course is going to be love, but we will discuss what is the foundation of love? Where do we find love? How do we find love? And what are the mistakes that we make when we are in love? How do we create this factory, or where do we find this factory, and where does this factory exist that we call Factory of Love? It's going to be very interesting, and we will start with this episode. And before we actually get into discussing the topic, I have a question for you. Let's say money is everybody's favorite topic, so that's why I'm just picking up money. And let's say you have lots and lots of supply of money. You have unlimited supply of money, and you have millions of dollars sitting in your bank account, in your savings, and now somebody who is in desperate need of money. Let's say he doesn't have any money, and he's hardly looking for just $4 or $5, and he comes to you. Would you think before helping him? And let's say the case is that you have millions and millions of dollars, and he's just looking for he's in immediate need of help. Or would you just give it to him? Yes, you will just give it to him. The poor guy is looking for just $4 or $5. $4 or $5 nothing as compared to millions, and most chances are very high that you will. But let's say you don't have enough money. You have hardly $100. And the guy who is actually looking for, he needs help, and he needs $70 or $80. And he's in desperate need of help. He comes to you, and you have only $100. You don't have any savings, only $100. Would you think about it? Yes, you will think about it, and not just think about it. Your brain will feel the pressure, and all the logic will start coming. And you will all think, you'll start sweating, and you'll be like, I don't have enough money. I don't have $100. How can I give him $80? What would I do when I'm in shortage of money? You're already in shortage of money. So love is something similar to this. The reason is because we all feel, we all believe, we all think that we don't have enough of it. And that's why most of the world is running behind and chasing the thing called love. What if I tell you that if you divert your attention a little bit, and if I just nudge you in the direction where you can actually find this factory, or the factory of love, and you actually get to know that you don't have to run behind anything, how would you make you feel? It'll make you feel better for sure. So let's start with that. The thing is, when we get into a relationship, the beginning of that is we actually see an attractive person, a boy or girl, and the very first thing we want to do is we want to do something that makes them feel good about themselves, about us, something to impress them, so that way they get attracted towards us. And when they get attracted towards us, we keep on doing things that make them feel happy when they are around us. And that's the beginning of the relationship. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that is not the right way. But if that is the right way, if that is the ideal way, what happens after a few years into the relationship? The same person who you were trying to impress, who you were trying to make happy, the same person cannot tolerate anything about you, gets upset so easily. Lot of arguments happen between you guys. Now if you have a good relationship, even after 10, 20, 30 years of your life of getting into the relationship, and you're still happy, God bless you, amazing, you are doing the right thing. But for most of us, that's not the case usually. And the reason for that is, I'm not saying the 100% reason, but something to think about is that we actually chase love. We actually run behind love. When we get into relationship, our main intention is not to just give. Our main intention is to get. And that's why it's a very transactional thing, because we try to give love so that we can get some love. We try to do every possible thing so that we can feel loved. You know how most of the time you will hear people saying like, I don't feel loved anymore in this relationship. I don't feel appreciated in this relationship anymore. Is it right or wrong? I won't say it's wrong. You don't feel appreciated in the relationship, you don't feel loved in the relationship is 100% right. But while we are on this journey, you will understand, and hopefully I'll be able to just help you understand this fine line between the expectation and the intention. So what happens is, let's take an example of somebody who has a newborn baby at their home. What happens in that case? Like the baby who is like 3-4 months old baby, you know how we feel that we want to give so much love to that baby. Or if you have a puppy at home, you just want to just love that puppy. The thing is, because the baby who is 3-4 months old practically cannot give you anything. Anything means anything other than a little bit smile, other than a little bit giggle. The baby cannot give you anything other than the susu, poo poo, and the changing diapers, other than crying, feeling hungry, and then you have to get up in the middle of the night. Babies cannot give you anything pleasant to you. But why? Why is it that when we have a newborn baby, 3 months, 9 months, 6 months old, we don't feel the pain of actually taking care of all the responsibilities? In the middle of the night, when the baby is crying, we just want to get up and we want to just do everything in our power to just make the baby happy, feed the baby, take care of the baby. The reason is the baby cannot do anything practically to make you happy, but something about the baby activates the feeling of, or activate emotions. Emotion is energy and motion is emotion. Activates emotion in you, invokes emotion or energy inside you that brings out lots and lots of love for the baby. So why is it so different with adults then? And how can we actually feel the same kind of unconditional love when we are in relationship? No matter whether the relationship is 10-year-old, 20 years old, and 30-year-old, doesn't matter. And this is not just applicable in the relationship of couple or husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend. The same thing is, doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is, siblings, mother, father, everything. In all kind of relationships, this thing is applicable. Now what happens is, when we actually love somebody, then we actually try to chase love. Remember I talked about like how there is a queue for beggars and then a wealthy person. When you have enough money, you are on the other side. When you are shortage of the resources, then you are on this side in the queue. Same way, what if I tell you, you have actually unlimited supply of love? Let's see how we can look into that. When you do something for yourself, when you do something that is where you are the doer and not the consumer. And when I say consumer, let's take an example. Let's say you're watching TV, a comedy show. You're feeling too good about it. You feel happy, you feel excited. Or you listen to music, you feel good, you feel happy, you feel uplifted. Let's say you are listening to a motivational speech, you get excited, right? That is called consumption. When you consume something that makes you feel good or make you feel loved, or especially spending time with somebody who is actually doing really nice to you, or somebody who is caring towards you, what happens is you consume that. When you consume, you are not the doer, you are the receiver. When you are on the receiving side, most of the times you have dependency. Doesn't mean that that's wrong. You can always be dependent, and provided you can have that external supply of thing long lasting. If you have a permanent supply of that thing, let's say you like being loved, as long as you have somebody to always, who keeps on giving you love without any condition throughout your life, you will always be fine. But the moment that person or that thing is not there or goes away from you, now you will feel the impact of dependency on you, dependency of that external thing on you. And that's why most of us complain when somebody is not loving towards us, or when we are not getting what we are expecting, because we have dependency on outside. So how do we get dependent on ourselves? For that, we have to go within. And when I say within is when you just don't do anything, when you just give time to yourself. When I say give time to yourself, doesn't mean that you just open Netflix and start watching web series, because that's again going to be external. One way to feel that love is do anything, become a doer. It could be as simple as meditation, doesn't matter whether you are a student, whether you are a teacher, you are into relationship, you are an engineer, you are a doctor, lawyer, you are a performer, doesn't matter what you are, doesn't matter what your profession is, doesn't matter what kind of relationship you are dealing with. Thing is, as long as you are able to do something that makes you happy, that comes from within. Let's say you are nobody's at home and you just play music and start dancing. Now when you're dancing, you are doing something with your body. It activates all the energies within. That is the moment when you're dancing and you forget and you don't care about who is thinking about you. You're alone at home, you're not thinking about what other people will say or how other people will judge you. That is the moment when you're doing something for yourself. Or when you're taking shower and you're just singing, that is the time when you are within you. Or let's say you are into meditation, you are deep inside your meditation and you feel that love, you get the glimpse of that love, and then you let that love from within arise, and then let it slowly just experience that love. Let that love pamper you. People who are into meditation, they experience the same love by doing meditation. People who are into sports, they experience the same love when they are playing, when they are totally focused on what they are doing. People who are a performer, they actually experience the same love when they are performing. People who are artists, they experience the same love when they are painting or they are doing some kind of art. So when you do something for yourself, you are experiencing love. And when you experience that love again and again and again and again, that is when you start building that love within. You create that love. The love is already there. Everybody has the equal and unlimited supply of love. It's just that we never go within. We never experience it because we are always running behind. We are always chasing it. We are always looking for it outside. Now, when you have something inside and that's to unlimited supply of that, why would you go out? In fact, you are not the receiver, you are the giver. So what happens is, when you experience that love and you keep on experiencing for days and months, and that becomes your habit, you actually get so much love within that it start overflowing. And when it start overflowing in your life, no matter which relationship you are in, no matter where you are, you just go close to somebody. You don't have to do anything. You will not even do anything. The other person would automatically experience it just in your presence. Anybody who is like frustrated in their life, and they feel that the whole world is collapsing on them, and they don't know how to go and what to do, and they are like completely in that state of sadness. That kind of person would come across you, and just by being what you are, just because the love is overflowing within you, you will touch that life, and you will, even if you don't want to, you will automatically give that so much love to that person just by your presence. And that is the magic of love, and that is the love of factory that I talk about, that is within you. And tomorrow we are going to talk about what happens. Everybody knows about these things, but why is it like when we get into relationship, the same thing that I'm talking about are not very practical, or we get hurdles. or we feel that we have good intention, we are going with good intention, but then we ended up arguing or fighting with the person we are having a relationship with. And we will actually talk about that tomorrow in our episode 2. And well, thank you so much for joining. If you feel anybody in your life needs some love, or this video will touch their life and will bring some happiness in their life, please share it with them, and hopefully they'll be able to listen to my series. And please share your comments, share your any kind of question that you have, any kind of feedback you have. I would love to implement that in my next upcoming videos. Well, thank you so much for joining. This is Connecting with AJ, and have a beautiful day.